to the fruit, more bass than Bootsy Collins. You versus me, that's like Ali versus Foreman. God's act.
Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Tyler and welcome back to another Call of Duty gameplay commentary. In today's video, I've got a Black Ops 2 gameplay in the background as well as a brand new life story for you all today. And so a while back on my channel, I ended up telling you guys a story about how I smoked weed with this mall security guard. And today's story is a little bit similar to that one. It's another security guard story where I ended up smoking weed with this security guard. But I'm sure you guys already have guessed that by reading the title of this video. But I just wanted to clarify really quick at the beginning of this video that it's not the same story I posted like a year or two ago on my channel. So pretty much just starting the story off and jumping right into it. It was a really hot summer day and I was chilling with one of my friends skating at the skate park. And so we were just like super hot since it was just 90 degrees. I was the middle of the summer, you know, we'd been skating all day. And so him and I decided to go to the grocery store that was nearby the skate park. It was only a few blocks away. And so I end up hopping into his car and he just tells me, yo dude, I've got some weed and a blunt if you want to match up and roll a blunt with me. But when he asked me that, I was like, of course dude, I'll match a blunt with you, because at the time I really enjoyed smoking weed and skateboarding at the same time, and to this day I still do. And so him and I are on the way to the grocery store and I'm sitting here on the passenger seat of the car just rolling up this blunt that him and I matched on. So since the grocery store was only a couple blocks away, by the time we ended up pulling up to the parking lot, I had just finished up rolling the blunt. Like, we didn't have time to smoke it in the car. So we pull into the parking lot and ended up parking in like kind of a back secluded space in the back of the parking lot. And it was a really big parking lot because it wasn't only just for the grocery store, it was also for like a neighboring kind of outdoor shopping center complex as well. So my friend and I ended up posting up parking in the back corner of this parking lot, kind of away from everybody else, and we decided, you know, we're just gonna crack the windows a tiny little bit and just smoke this blunt really quick right before we go into the grocery store. So him and I are just sitting in this car and we light the blunt and we're just passing it back and forth, you know, and we only had one of the windows just slightly cracked, like ever so slightly. Like, it wasn't even a big crack, not enough to where you could see like smoke coming out of the car or anything like that, but it was just enough so that it wouldn't like get too smoky in the car and you wouldn't smell it too much. It would have like a little bit of a chance to air out. So we're smoking this blunt and a couple people walked past us since it was such a big parking lot, but we didn't think anything of it. Nobody really looked at us or like gave us any weird looks or anything like that. So him and I are just trying to finish this blunt really quickly, and we're about halfway through it at this point. And since the shopping complex and grocery store was such a big area and such a big parking lot, they had like a little security team there. And what this team of security guards would do would just stop people from shoplifting inside the store and then guard the surrounding parking lot for the whole shopping center and grocery store. So they had these little like golf cart cars they would drive around in the parking lot. And so my friend and I are just sitting here, we're about halfway through the blunt like I'd said, and we end up seeing this security car, this little security golf cart pulling up to our car in the parking lot. And so him and I, our hearts just kind of drop for a second, but at the same time we aren't panicking too much because we know it's not a real cop. He can't really arrest us or do anything, but he can detain us and like wait for a real cop to come and arrest us. So we end up putting the blunt out as soon as we see this little golf cart, and we just like set it down in the and so we immediately end up putting this blunt out as soon as we see the little security golf cart, and we just put it out in the ashtray and like set it down there so he wouldn't see it. And the security guard hops out of his little golf cart and walks up to the car, and he knocks on the driver's side window and asks my friend to roll down the window. So my friend rolls down the window and the security guard just looks at both of us and he goes, look guys. So I ended up getting a couple complaints from a few people saying that it smelled like weed out here in the parking lot, and I just had to come out here and check, you know, because I'm the security guard, it's my job. And so we're sitting here like, yeah, okay, we understand that, whatever. And so he goes, are you guys smoking weed? I just have to ask to make sure. And at this point we should have just said no, but my friend really just ends up going, yeah, we were smoking some weed. It's not really that big of a deal though. And the security guard looks at us and he goes, alright guys, well here's your options here. So he gave us like this little ultimatum, these two choice options pretty much, and it said that we could either just leave the property and not really come back for a little bit, you know, we weren't smoking weed, nothing happened here, or we could end up smoking with the security guard and he would just let us go in the store, you know, he wouldn't say anything to anybody, he wouldn't mention it at all. And so since both of us already knew that he knew we were smoking, you know, we were just like, fuck it dude, we had to go in the store anyway because we still hadn't gotten our drinks, so we just were like, alright dude, you can smoke with us. And we told him it was just like kind of the end of the blunt at this point, you know, it was a little bit less than a half. And so he pulled his little golf cart, his security golf cart up next to our car and gets out and then hops into the back seat of our car. We relight the blunt and just end up passing it to this guy, and we ended up talking kind of back and forth for a little bit, and I was just kind of asking him questions of like some of the craziest people that he's had to deal with inside the store, like in the parking lot, and just shit like that. But all in all, he was a really chill dude, and like we ended up just finishing this blunt and going and getting our Gatorades and like Powerades and just shit to drink in general. I mean, other than that, nothing else really happened. We ended up just getting back in the car, you know, after we got our drinks and going back to the skate park to continue to skate and just chill. But at the time, it was such a scary experience and like such a heart-dropping experience, especially when we first saw that little like squad car golf cart bullshit roll up. But all in all, I'm glad nothing really bad ended up coming of it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video or today's life story, and if you guys did at any point, please be sure to leave a like down below. And for those of you who came from Luna's channel last night, what's up? Welcome to the channel. How are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, thanks again so much for watching today's video or life story. I'm out. Peace.
I got more keys than Alicia. These niggas be talking police. I took your hoe and released her. I used to trap out a Regal. 200,000 on my wrist. I thought it all was a fantasy. 200,000 on my wrist. Lord, I hope it don't vanish. 200,000 on my wrist.